Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Keeping the camera waiting.
Sucks is no one knows this is going on right now.
We do.
Nobody knows.
Are you gonna shoot it down there, or are you gonna shoot up here?
It doesn't matter. Guys, who likes people? No? You do it? We got stuff up here. Only if you're willing to eat some of these.
I'll try some bean boozled.
Want water?
I might need one to come and play this game. There's a trash can.
These are for guests, but you are guests. Anybody? You guys are here for. Hey! Holy cow! You guys are just. He gets older and older, and when I first saw this kid, he was like this tall. I think he had a pacifier.
Did you take a baby picture with it?
They're gonna get pissed off. Like, where's all the water for you guys? You guys are the
I'll
guests.
zoom in once it's on the table.
I'm really
I don't think it's
thirsty.
gonna see what's the worst part. Oh, he doesn't know. I'll zoom out.
Guys, thanks for coming.
That'll be good.
So, who was in Houston? Was anybody in Houston? Did you see the panel that was in Houston?
Yeah.
There's only one person in here from Houston. Were you there? The only ones that were witnessed it are those two guys back there. They recorded it for me. And
That was fun.
it will never see the light of day.
Shit, it'll never see the light of night.
I don't like sitting up here. If you really like to stand up here and talk to you guys, I don't like that shit because it makes me feel like I'm better than y'all. And I'm not. Because my shit stinks just as bad as yours does.
Probably worse.
I promise you that. Because I ate a lot of barbecue yesterday. It was awesome. You ever go to Golden Corral?
Yeah.
That place is the tits. That place is so, dude, they have a chocolate fountain
Yeah.
where you can just fist it.
You just feel bad about yourself afterwards.
So good.
You feel like everybody's
Their cakes, their chocolate cakes. What did I have? Like candy corn. I had Chuckles. You know Chuckles. I had Chuckles. What else I had? Man, I had everything under the sun, man. It was so good.
got to the car and lay down.
I did, and I was the one driving. So if you guys weren't in Houston, then you won't know. We had a pretty awesome experience in Houston. Now, because YouTube won't allow me to tell you everything that went on, because that's what happened. I went literally balls out, and I told the whole story that happened that night, and YouTube shut me down. They're like, this is not appropriate.
For anyone.
So, hey, nice shirt. Hey, did you notice that shit?
I don't even have
Dude, nobody, we're stupid enough to be like, we only got like 12 made, and then we're like throwing them out, They're like, okay, we're gonna save one for ourselves, but we look at them, we're like, damn it. We got a little too happy there throwing out all those shirts. So there's only like 12 of those that exist, and there's only a few people that have those.
We can't afford to get any more.
Yeah, man. They're expensive, guys. They're expensive. And to be just throwing them, just giving them out, I don't mind it. But yeah, they can go for quite a couple $100 just for a couple shirts, because that's not the expensive. We know people that make the shirts, that's why we get a good discount, but for the most part, yeah.
You got no more.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So crazy amount of money involved in that stuff. But you got one. Good luck. Good looking out. Anybody else want another water? Man, is it just me or is it I'm fat, man? I'm just hot.
No, it's hot.
It's hot.
I'm
right?
sweating.
Okay, so it's not just my weight.
No.
Hey guys, you know David? This guy lost mad weight. I hate to put you on the spot. And you are losing mad weight, and I love seeing that, bro. You're doing a good job.
I still eat like crazy.
Really? How are you doing that, my friend?
Tell me about it.
I know where the bathrooms are,
Okay, so
bro.
that don't work.
The porcelain in the back of you guys are too young for that. I'm sorry. Again, YouTube will knock you down if that happens. Bro, Houston was awesome. I can't begin to tell you. These guys, I can't tell you.
You can't.
I can't tell you. I want to tell you so bad what happened in Houston. I will tell you this. It involved midgets, and it involved strippers.
Brawl.
It wasn't that bad. I see your face, but it involved fighting. Yeah, they were nuts. Chicks, they were using their high heels and taking them off, and they were using them like grenades. I mean, it was and I went into full detail, but I can't do this. I can't tell you. If I can do charades, I would show you how it all happened. But for the most part, it wasn't interesting. I was like, we can't do that in Dallas. We gotta cut that out. It's gotta be PG. I am so sorry for that.
Yeah, right, book then.
Man, let me tell you. And it sucks because YouTube, man, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of us took a big hit. A couple months ago when YouTube went through all the videos and they saw anything zombie related, anything with like curse words, I got hit. I woke up one morning and like all down the line, everything got demonetized, like strikes on. I was like, whoa. So my channel took a big hit. And you've noticed it too, because I haven't really, because it takes on average about 8-10 hours to edit a video. And then to put it up and just have it get knocked down, I mean, they can still watch it, but you don't make, I mean, I get it. People make these videos and you're supposed to make them for fun. I get it. But at some point, you gotta kind of make some kind of money back so that you can keep the show going. Because who uses their own money to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to do that. You got rent to pay, you got food to pay, you know, you got stuff to buy stuff you work with. And you use your YouTube money, your financing to keep the show going. But when YouTube knocks you down a peg, man, it's hard to get right back into it, guys. It's really hard. So you kind of have to change the format. Dumpster diving has become kind of a thing of the past now that everyone's done it, and they stopped, really, because dumpster diving has become like a thing of the past. They figured it out. They've locked stuff up, and you can't really do it anymore. It sucks. I know, it sucks. So video games, you try to do video game pickups, you try to add footage, they get you for that now. It's insane. So now you gotta kind of keep it friendly. Have you noticed I do toy videos now, and when I want to say a bad word, I gotta go, dang! French! That sounds so dumb! I mean, if you know me, I don't talk like that. I don't say, oh man, popsicle sticks, cinnamon shoes. Like, no, who wants to talk like that? I'm getting hot.
Sit down, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting hot. Anybody else want another water? I don't want to take it by your silence and you're gonna say no. So we got a bunch of stuff up here. We want to give it away to you guys. So if you, at any point in time, you want to come up and grab something, you're more than welcome to. We got a bunch of stuff. We got boxes of stuff up here. If you want to ask questions, by all means, go ahead. We got a lot of stuff. Come up and grab something. This is a challenge we want to set for you guys. So if you can get yourself, how does this work?
No, don't turn it a lot. Just turn it a little bit.
So if you grab a handful, and if you can eat the whole thing, I gotta see you eat the whole thing.
Or you can grab one of these little packs.
Oh, no, this is too little bit. No, they gotta have a lot more than this. Dude, they got barf? Check this out, they got canned dog food?
Ooh, tasty.
They got rotten egg?
Be the first victim, bro.
Moldy cheese? Lawn clippings.
They got rid of the stuff.
Refreshing.
Stinky socks? Dead fish? Spoiled milk?
Is there any good ones?
Caramel corn?
That's real
I'm
good.
gonna try one.
Oh no.
Yeah, Chief, do the whole thing, Chief.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
where's the trash can?
Is it that bad, really?
Yes.
Do the whole thing.
Save the blue ones because that's like a palate cleanser.
The blue ones?
Save it. 'Cause
Oh, that smells
the
like
blues,
mocos.
the blues either gonna be berry or toothpaste. So that's like your
Toothpaste. This is toothpaste. Colgate.
Why not be? They all smell.
His name brand?
Oh no.
Oh, just one at a time.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're good. Not doing it.
Well, you're not supposed to do them all at once.
You know, open the bag, the bag smells.
Damn, that shit is nasty. Okay, so if someone can grab a handful, if they want to eat,
Oh yeah.
you get $25 at my booth.
$25?
You're gonna have to eat a lot.
You can't spit them out.
It's $25.
You have to swallow, right?
Yes, I want to see your mouth.
It's okay to follow along.
I want to see your mouth. Show people.
Go back to the camera.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Go for it, my friend.
Now you smell it right, huh?
I didn't even smell them.
So I've only got.
There we go. Hey, you know, you have more. You have less than me. I don't think so.
Are they even enough? You think?
I don't know. I think that'd be even enough.
That's all. There you
I'll
go.
save the one blue.
I don't have any blue spots.
Just all of them or what?
You gotta eat the whole damn thing, man.
I don't have any blue
No,
spots.
you can do one at a time.
No, I want to see them do the whole thing.
I don't have any blues. And I'm taking this.
Swallow my pills?
You said 25, right?
25.
Do I have?
Well, no, the booth. It's gonna be the booth stuff. You got a credit, $25. I only got
Credit.
Yeah.
Everything so far tastes like a fucking pizza. Makes you feel like ass.
Yeah, but you can ask
How do you
for it.
know
Fuck.
ass tastes like?
You're gonna eat
I want to know about that.
He's been eating it.
Good. Thank you. This is the nicest thing. I record all your pounds, and this is the thanks I get.
Yes. Whoa, are you sure? That's disgusting, Julian. Don't kiss him.
Get water.
They're pretty bad.
Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that bad advice?
That's so good.
That's fucking gross, Julian.
It's gross. It's not bad.
You know that, girl?
No, that's it. I'm done. I'm broke. You
You don't
finish it?
have any taste buds.
They're really hard to do when there's that many
You
of them.
don't have any taste buds.
I have to do it all at once.
Here's some good ones
There's
next
some
time.
good
Ugh.
He probably has, right? Probably has more good ones than.
Just try to taste rotten egg and horse shit.
That is gross, bro.
Oh,
You're eating more?
I got like manure in my mouth.
Then that's not really a challenge. You're gonna have to arm wrestle me.
Why?
After you finish eating, you have to arm wrestle me. You guys aren't even. I tasted one that tasted like a used tampon. Not that I've tasted one before. I don't want you to get up there and think I tasted one. I've seen plenty on the floor in Chicago. They're all over the sidewalks. Get them water. See, I can't believe you're not even affected. It tasted like ass earlier.
Ah,
Nobody.
that's refreshing. Oh,
There.
oh, there's some milk. Oh,
That
there's
is
rotten egg.
gross, bro.
Actually, it's not bad anymore.
Swallow it and it comes a few minutes later. Oh gosh.
That is gross, bro.
A lot of words that should be used together.
You know what? I just thought about that.
Thanks a lot. Now you ruined it again.
Oh,
Yeah? Yeah, that's pretty gross.
what is that?
So there's 3 of you. So I can't give away $75 worth of shit. So I want to arm wrestle you guys. Alright, first.
No, I'm sure you ain't.
I don't care. I don't care. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? This is my panel. You don't like it, good, you can go.
Suck it up.
Don't worry, I'll be nice to Julian. Okay, we ready?
This ain't
Somebody
good.
cut it out.
Break up $25 3 ways.
On 3.
Bro.
1.
Yeah.
All right, you hold it. You go on. You count on 3.
ready?
1, 2, 3. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You should see his face right now. You should see his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. See his face? You're so cute. You're so cute. You look like the top of a sundae. Your face looks like the top of a sundae, bro. Your face looks like the top of a sundae. Next. Come on. Come on. Julian.
I'm good.
Come on, Julian. You can't look, he's giving it up. He's out.
Why did you give it up?
Come on.
Can I at least have the toothpaste
You
first?
can have the toothpaste.
Yeah.
Chew it then.
$25 for a $25 gift card. I don't know who can beat me.
I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Come on.
Someone's gonna
We're
pay
going
you
to embarrass you, bro.
I know you're gonna embarrass me.
Ready? I'm 3.
No.
1, 2, 3, go. Did you see how he tried to cheat just now? He went on like 2.5. Yeah. It was so cute. You're not so cute.
I know not. This ain't gonna win.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Julian, you come by, I'll give you $25.
Oh.
You guys already bought a bunch of stuff.
Well,
But Julian, I've known Julian. Let me tell you a story about Julian. Julian came by when he was like 4 years old. And this was like 3 years ago. And him and his brother, were you there? Were you the one?
Yeah.
He came by and he was the cutest thing ever. He brought me this little perler art that he did. I still got it. It was like a Game Boy. Yeah, like a Game Boy perler art that he made it by like just looking at it. He didn't have no template or anything. And he told me he saw my dumpster dive videos, and ever since then, it's been what, 5 years now? 4 or 5 years now? It's insane, man. He's been here to every single one, and he brought his mom along. After you didn't come with your mom the first one, right? You were there the first
She's
one?
one that caught the shirts the second time.
Oh, that's right. So they've been here all 5 years. Oh my God, that's awesome, guys. So if you guys haven't heard, we got a new one coming out in San Antonio. Who's going to that one? Really? You guys? Where do you guys live, by the way? Are you in Texas?
Yeah.
Houston? Who's from Houston? You're from Houston. I know you're from Houston. Midland. Come on, for real?
damn.
Damn, dude, that's like by Odessa over there, right? Wow. And you're still coming to San Antonio? San Antonio one's not going to be as big as this one. As a matter of fact, the panel room there is no panel room, I think. It's like all in the same area. It's all in the event room. It's going to be all like inside, kind of like how it's set up now, like where all the arcades are and stuff. It's going to be really shitty. You can't hear whenever a panel room is like inside the same. Because I went to Classic Game Fest in July, and that one's another big one. And that one grew. I was a guest at that one, but that guy was the organizer, David, the owner of GameStop or Game Over. He invited me, and he goes, "I'm going to give you a booth, but you can't sell anything. You can't do anything. You just can sit there and you can, and you know what he said? You can't leave your booth for more than 15 minutes. He says if you're gonna have a bathroom break, you have to have someone at your booth at every moment in time. And if you want to get something to eat, he says he recommends you pack a lunch because he doesn't want you going." Yeah, it was like what? It was insane. Yeah, it's like who wants to go to that?
So what do you do, Ebru? Just sit there?
I just sat there, yeah, I was like this, and people were going by, and he didn't even announce anything, so people were just, it was a horrible experience. So Jay, knowing this, setting up one to compete with Classic Game Fest, man, and I think that's awesome, dude. So if we can get the Houston area, the Dallas area, and the San Antonio, dude, we got a little awesome Bermuda Triangle there, just all Retropalooza. Can you imagine that? So we're trying to get a lot more people over to that one, but it's harder for Jay to get, because Jay, man, God bless his soul, he pays for everybody to come out, and you don't know how expensive that is, man. That's really expensive for Jay. So hats off to Jay for doing what he loves to do and what without Jay, none of this would be possible. You know, a lot of the misconception is that Billy is helping with this. Billy doesn't do shit. Billy just edits. That's all Billy does. I'm not down with Billy. I love Billy to death. He loves me. We love each other. It's a big gay fest. But let's be real. The one that runs the whole thing is Jay. So when you see Jay, you shake his hand because Houston and Dallas, all this it's all him, man. It's all him. And the one you also don't know is Julie. I know you don't know Julie. That's his cousin, and she's feisty. But you can put up with her because she's the one that organizes everything too. So without the help of the staff members and without the help of the guests, this wouldn't be possible. It really wouldn't. The first Retropalooza, the people that were setting up all the chairs and the tables were the YouTubers. Everybody that he invited, we set up, it was like in a church. I don't remember, was it a church? Do you remember? It was like in a gym church type of deal. And Jay had us go get the tables, set up all the tables, get the chairs. We all had to get the chairs. When it was done, everything was done at the end of the day. We got up and we distributed the food. We went and got the pizzas. We went and got the water. We went and got the cooler. Everybody did everything in that first one. And that's what it was about. It was so much fun. But now Jay's got smart. He's got staff. He's got volunteers. He's got photographers. It's all set up now. So it's only getting bigger and bigger. And we want to help it grow. And San Antonio was another one for us to help grow. So if you guys can spread that word, if you guys can show, hey man, we got Retropalooza is awesome. I don't know about you guys, but man, where you can go and find toys and video games and shit, man, let me tell you, bro. I'm all down for that. Like I go to Classic Game Fest, was boring. It was all arts and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was artsy.
I count my hands how many game booths there were.
Right?
Yeah.
And Greg was one of them. Out of all the vending, Greg was the one with like one of the best retro gaming booths. Everyone else was, I don't know about you, I love perla art, but you can only buy so much perla art. I love perla art, I do, but when everybody's vending and selling the same posters, so I get skill. There's a lot of skill involved with knitting hats and video games. I get it, but there's only so much you can sell at that stuff at the video game convention. So what I like to see is a variety of toys, video games, and Retropalooza has that. You know, and we can't grow unless you guys help share that. Honestly, I wish Jay would get on the radio. God dang, if he can buy a radio spot, because radio reaches out to everyone. And if we can get that radio spot out, oh my God, dude, we can grow so much bigger. Did you hear the announcement for the panels? How did you find out about the panel?
I researched ahead of time.
Really?
Yeah.
See, we're passing out the papers too.
Hell, you got the other t-shirt.
Yeah,
I was telling them
Facebook
we only made 12. But we got so happy that one, yeah, you got one too, right? We got so happy just throwing them out to people that we forgot to keep one for ourselves. So the ones who have it are pretty much, that's the only ones. Those were the first shirts we ever made for the panel. So you are very lucky, my friend. I'm about to take that one from you. Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, by all means, I know that I want to go into what we talked about the last retro panel. But I can't. I can't. Were you there?
Yes.
See her face? See? It was, but I can't. Ali, I can't. I want to, but I can't. Because one, Ali's here, and two, there's a lot more other women in here, and we can't go into that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we were just having a discussion on the drive up here that like even a PG-13 movie, you're allowed one F word.
Yes, I
It
know.
already happened. I was like, with him walking in.
Now, I used up my one already, so.
So why YouTube has gone so
That's
fast?
the thing, I don't get it,
Can you
man.
explain anything to me?
No, there's no explanation. I woke up one morning with my phone. Everyone checks their phone in the morning, right? And I got a notification saying that you got copyright or you got striked. And I looked, and when I went onto my YouTube channel, you know who has a YouTube channel and who has it monetized? You monetize when you monetize your videos. There's a little green money dollar sign along all your videos. When I woke up that morning, they were all yellow, like all the way down. They were yellow, and they killed me. It killed me. The channel got decimated.
You have a Patreon?
I do have a Patreon, but I don't know how that shit works. Like, I think there's tiers and stuff that you do special. Like, there's a $25 tier, a $10. I don't know how any of that stuff works. So I just don't even bother with it. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't. I don't know how that, I
I
don't
don't
know.
understand about the whole,
Patreon?
no, the ad things. It's the companies that pay for the advertisements, it's them. Like, they don't want,
Literally,
Associated.
no
they don't
F
want all this
words.
stuff, so like when
They don't want-
when the computer algorithm runs through the videos and it catches all this stuff that they flag, it demonetizes.
I got hit.
Whole English language.
I got hit bad.
It's a giant computer that just sits there.
Is that, your channel?
Yeah?
No, mine was bored with the enemy.
It got hit bad.
What if
Like,
it does in Spanish?
see, I was thinking about that too. I was like, but are they gonna have translators or something? Like you never know. But then I got crafty. I got a Filipino friend, and I was like, hey, can you teach me some Filipino bad words? So I started learning. And I can't repeat what it means, guys, because it's pretty bad. I asked him, I was like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, I can't say that. That's pretty bad. So I'm afraid, again, they might have some Filipino translators. I don't know. So it's just the whole cuss words. And you know, honestly, you kind of got to clean it up a little bit because I listen to other, like I go back and watch like the Angry Video Game Nerds. And when he curses, it kind of sounds forced. And then it just kind of sounds dumb because he just like, he goes over the top with it, you know, and he stacks them pretty good. And he goes on for a good tangent of like a good 30 seconds of just stacking bad words, but that's what he's known for. And I kept thinking like, how did he get away with it? How does he get away with it? Like, right, how does he, and I want to ask Mike Matai, because he's here. I haven't seen him though. I haven't
He
seen
hasn't
him.
come down yet.
Last night,
No, he's there.
is he?
He was, no.
Is he on the
said
floor?
he said it was
Pat's on right now.
He's in there?
No, Pat's on, not.
Oh, Pat's in there right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I saw Boogie come in last night, and Boogie, by the way, looks amazing. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Not in person.
Dude,
He was just getting out of the car.
we saw him and we're like, Boogie! He goes, hey, what's up, Rich? What's going on? Last year, for Retropalooza, I thought of a practical gift to give him, and I had, you know those Yeti cups that are the gray cups that keep your drink all cold for like 2 years? I got him a cup from a practical gift. Most people were giving him video games and stuff like that. He just puts that stuff on the shelf, like toys and whatever stuff. I got him a practical gift. I got him a cup, and I got his logo on there. It looks amazing, and when he saw it, he went bananas. And to this day, he still uses it on pretty much. If you notice, that gray cup that he picks up, that's mine. That's my cup. That's the cup I gave him. So when I saw him last night, and the first thing that came out of his mouth was, dude, I love that cup. He goes, I use it in every stream. I'm like, I know, I see it every time. He lifts it up, and he drinks out of it. Yeah, dude, it's amazing. I love the fact that he still uses that cup, and it was a nice practical gift that he can use. And I asked him last night, I was like, bro, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And he's like, bro, look at me. And he lifted up his shirt. I couldn't believe it, guys.
He was down 100 pounds.
100 pounds.
Damn.
When you
surgery right after he did, I'm down 50.
get out of here, really?
Yeah, like, there's my scars.
Whoa, dude.
I had it like about 5-6 weeks after he had it.
Are you following the same kind of like diet regimen he
Oh,
is?
yeah.
You have to, dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't follow that last night. I went to go look her out. And
She's holding out on you. She got cupcakes down there.
what was that going
I
on?
got you that if you want some.
What was that going on, Miss
It's
Julian?
not nothing. If you don't see it, then you just think
I can see it between his legs. I'm not trying to get between your legs, brother. But there's cupcakes right between your legs, and I can't help it. Let's see the cupcakes between your scrotum there. But yeah, I know. If you guys see Boogie, 2 years ago when I first saw him, I couldn't reach her. Yesterday, it was no problem. And I gotta tell you, for you doing that, bro, I commend you. It's not easy. Exactly. It's not easy. I hope you keep it up, brother, because let me tell you, if you see Boogie and you see what he's going through, it's hell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hell. And I was making last night at Golden Corral, there was a guy there. I didn't know who he was. He made a movie. We were eating with him. I didn't know who he was, and he was telling me that he had a little, what was it, heart attack or something, because of the stress and whatever. And the doctors told him that if he didn't change, that he was going into cardiac arrest and all that. So he was eating salads, and I was just laying it on thick for the people eating salads. Like, come on, man. Like, it was, like, but I get it. You have to change your ways if you want to keep on living. You want to keep breathing, you got to change your ways. And I didn't practice that last night, which I should have, because as soon as I got into his car, man, there was a pillow back there, and I laid out. But honestly, I commend you for changing and doing that. Guy that was a gas.
I did the sleeve.
Oh, you did the sleeve?
Yeah.
Okay, was that different than Boogie's?
Yeah, Boogie, they bypass the whole stomach and attach it to your small intestines. For me, they just take my stomach and make it about 4 ounces.
4 ounces?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
bad.
That fills up quick then.
Like, it takes me an hour to drink one of these.
Shut up!
Yeah. It just, every
Do you
couple
see
minutes,
that?
sip on it.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
What's your food like? Like, how much is your portion?
Just almost non-existent. Like, a little thing of Jello, the Jello pudding stuff you
Yes.
buy at the store with
Yes.
the pack force. That takes me about 20 minutes to eat one.
Really?
Yeah, yogurt, stuff like that. I'm just now, Wednesday, last Wednesday, I just started introducing like real foods. So instead of like taking a big bite of a piece of chicken or something that I have to bake now or grill instead of frying it, I have to tear off small little bites. And,
Really?
yeah.
So when do you expect to like completely, say what, average weight? What's your goal weight?
My goal weight is, like right now, I'm 462.
Okay.
So my goal weight for right now is to be under 450. And then another goal weight of under 400, which doctor said I should be at within 3 months. After
Bro, 3 months?
Yeah,
That's awesome, bro.
yeah.
And Boogie lost 100 pounds in like 3 or 4 weeks. What was
Yeah.
it? 100 pounds, man. Do you know what it is to lose 100? Have you lifted 100 pounds?
Yeah,
It's insane. I saw this guy on the internet who had the body fat packed in to a plastic dry thing. You know what I'm saying? The dry fat. It was unbelievable how much 100 pounds is. You're carrying that.
Yeah.
Your knees, your bones, all that shit is affected. So I commend you, bro. Another hand, bro. I see Boogie and I'm just like, I want to see you keep going. You know, I see it like people that were at the we were seeing this lady that every square inch of her tray was filled with
That was young, I was.
candy corn and cupcakes, and we're like, wow, like that can't. But then I was on the same thing, so I feel.
I was more shocked on the cash register guy.
Dad, let me tell you, oh my God!
As soon as we walk in.
As soon as we walk in, we went in with like 8 of us. It was 8 of us. We walk in, and this guy goes,
He asked us what we were doing.
yeah, he's like, hey, what are you guys up to? You guys look like you're having fun. What's going on? I go, oh yeah, we're just part of a convention that's going on here in town. He goes, it's Retropalooza. You should come out. He goes, oh no, I can't be around children.
Just stopped.
We're like, oh, and we're trying to be a straight face. We're like, so what do you recommend here?
No, this one.
What the fuck?
What did you do, man? He goes, oh, nothing. He goes, I just choked the shit out of my sister. And I'm like, what the hell? He goes, yeah, she deserved it. I'm like, what the hell? And he's so nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
Seriously, he was just so.
Golden Corral is the Walmart of that.
It is! But it's delicious. It's delicious. I love Golden Corral. But yeah, this guy, I can't be around children. And we couldn't, but we were.
We weren't expecting that.
Yeah.
We never expected that. Especially at Golden Corral.
He was so, but the way he delivered it, Like, oh yeah, I was choking my sister out. She deserved it though. It was all. And then he went into his case. And we're like, we just want a receipt. We want to pay. We want our drinks. He goes, yeah, so it's a Class B felony, but I got it down to a misdemeanor. I'm like, how do you turn a choke into a misdemeanor? And he was explaining all the details, man. Like, and another highway robbery was. I don't know. He was telling me the whole how he can and can't be, but I was like not trying to get into his case. But I'm trying to pay for my meal. And I got it was $18 for a meal at Golden Corral. Come on, $18. But they had brisket, so I kind of. It was a busy night, and no, it wasn't that busy. It was pretty good.
It was dead. We pulled up. We're like, where's everybody at?
But yeah, we don't want people with Class B felonies coming to Retropalooza at all. If you got one,
It just stopped everybody in their tracks.
yeah, we dropped our jaws dropped. He's like, and then not only when he was saying that he was choking, when he was like, yeah, I was choking my sister-in-law, he did the motion. He's like, I choked, and he's at the register greeting people, and he's telling, yeah, I choked my sister-in-law. She deserved it though. I'm like, wow. I love Dallas, bro. I love Dallas. You don't get no cow. We all try our faces.
It was just like, we're like, yeah, you should come out. He's like, oh, I can't be around kids. And all of us just were like,
How do you drop that like that?
Yeah, he just drops and then, but
He dropped it like it is.
But it was funny because he was making conversation with everybody that was coming through there. And for everybody, he had a different
Story.
Exactly. Like, how do you, like, and he goes, I can't be around children. And we look over to our left, and there's like children getting ice cream. We're like, how did you get away with this? Like, do you own stock here? How do you get away with being so close to children? But, no, it was funny. It was, yeah. It was, dude, their ice cream machine didn't work. I was so disappointed. The chocolate font, I told him about that shit. I wanted to stick my fist in there and just pull it out.
They didn't have no strawberries.
It was pretty
It was
disappointing.
pretty bad. They didn't have no macaroni, and it's like, well, we didn't get the macaroni.
Golden Corral's becoming the way of the dinosaur, though. I don't see many around. The one we did want to go to, though, was shut down. So that should have gave us a kind of like, yeah. We're like, this one's cool. Let's go to the next one.
Look at how they hired.
Like the one in Odessa?
yeah.
Well, because I figured
We
like.
drove about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we drove 15 minutes to the one that was open, but the closest one was, they had a big old sign, shut down. I'm like, damn, this is telling us something here, you know? But Golden Corral's delicious, guys. If you haven't been, if you're not from here, you guys gotta hit up. There's like 2 in Austin that I hit up all the time.
I've got one right by my house.
They don't have any in San Antonio. What's up?
I've got one right by my house, like 5 minutes away.
In Houston?
Yeah, out in Katy.
Oh, you live in Katy?
Yeah, which is basically Houston.
How did you guys, who
He
got
flew
affected
down,
when
and then
that hurt
I
you?
drove us up
You
here.
did? Did you lose anything?
We were lucky. We figured out that we apparently, our little block is an island because everyone,
Around
Same
you
here.
guys? You know what?
we couldn't leave our house.
I wanted to ask, like, the people that were affected, I was thinking this as it was happening. I'm like, what do you grab?
Yeah.
Like, with the people's size collection, like, the majority of the people I know have huge size collections. So when they were telling people, let's go, you gotta get out, you don't have any time, what do you grab?
I have a 2-story townhouse, so everything just went upstairs.
See, a lot of people don't have that luxury. What do you grab? The first thing that came to my mind was my Sega Master System collection. But how do you grab 114 cards and drag that shit with you into like a
Invest in Ziploc bags.
See, but the thing is, how do you take that all with you?
Well, if you put it in a Ziploc bag, you don't have to take it with you.
But do you just leave it
there.
there and just hope for the best that the storm won't mess up your stuff, you know, or like toys? Like, what do you
Take it to
do?
the ceiling and leave.
I still haven't
You take what's
heard.
important first.
I haven't heard anything from the people that got affected. You know who did get affected is my boy Greg Honeycutt. Honeycutt got hit bad, dude. And what sucks is if you don't have flood insurance on your house prior, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And who gets flood insurance? We live in the middle of Texas. Like, you don't really think about that, you know? It's
Tell you.
Some people are.
In an area that floods
Really?
a little bit, they tell you.
I dealt with a lot of FEMA people, because my business, my family business is, we own a lodging business, and FEMA had a lot of people displaced. So I dealt with a lot of FEMA people, and we took them all in. But man, let me tell you, the people that deal with FEMA, they're like,
Our mall, the whole top was just like a FEMA hub.
yeah.
We were incredibly lucky because, like I said, everyone around us was underwater.
We lost power
For how long?
for like 4 days, and then I was gonna bring my stuff because he had a lunch, I had a lunch story up too.
So you took everything to the second floor?
At that point, it became objects.
Water came basically up to the front storage area.
That bad?
It's one of those, we live where we live, you don't realize, I guess we were, you know, a foot and a half taller than everyone else.
Right.
We'd step out our front door.
My uncle was kind of in the same situation, and came up to his front door and.
But did it
But
go?
didn't
Oh,
go in.
wow.
But yeah,
Then
we
they did, the next door neighbor, they came into their house.
See, how does that pick and choose? How does that
were
happen?
a block away, houses were 4
It got really close out of my house.
You know, my boy Kingsley, he actually went out and saved. Did you see that? The guy is amazing. He went out, poor guy, he borrowed a boat. It got stolen because the boat got capsized and it got lodged onto a tree and they couldn't pull it out. So they tied it around a tree and just left it there. They went back the next day to retrieve the boat. Someone took it. So he went on there and someone, I don't think it was Kingsley, someone created a GoFundMe page to pay for the boat. Man, that thing skyrocketed. That thing went past what he needed and he replaced the boat. But how cool is Kingsley to go out,
And help
borrow a
people.
boat, save people, get the boat stolen, and then have enough heart in him to replace the boat? Like, how cool is Kingsley? So if you see Kingsley, guys, high five him. One of those untrue, unsung heroes that Houston really needed at that time, man.
That's what a lot of people don't comprehend, is just how big Houston is.
It's
all the
huge.
surrounding
It
area.
takes like an hour and a half to get to the corner
We're
store.
an hour from Gray, but we live in Houston.
Houston, right,
Houston,
yeah.
Honeycutt, we're an hour away.
Dude, it's not like they don't have borders. It just keeps like spreading out. Like people from Katy say they're from Houston.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a whole nother town, but it's like right there in the Houston area.
People that say
The
that,
Woodlands
you know,
say they're
so-and-so,
from
they live in
Houston.
Houston too. I'm like, there's 7 million people.
Yes. Yeah, when people say, hey, I'm from Chicago, hey, do you know this guy named Lewis? I know like 17 Lewises, my friend. And that's another thing too, Chicago, when people go, hey man, I'm from Chicago, where are you from? They tell me the name of the suburb that they're in. I mean, you're not Chicago. That's Chicago land. There's a difference. We say Chicago land, but if you're from the city, in the city, then when you're from the city, you say streets. Yeah, I'm from Albany Park, or yeah, I'm from McKimball and Montrose. That's how we know we're from the city. When we say, hey, you're from Chicago, where are you from? You're like, oh, I'm from Wilmette, or I'm from Tinley Park. Like, dude, that's south, or that's like 30 miles from there. But I get it. I totally get it, because how else are you? You're not gonna know Tinley Park, but you're gonna know Chicago. And that's the same thing with Houston. I asked, where are you from? You're like, you're from Houston? But they're like from Bay City,
Yeah.
or Pasadena, and there's a lot of places to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, I get it. And you know what's funny is like, Houston is so big that I thought that Retropalooza was going to be just huge. But the numbers aren't getting as big as Jay wants to, so that's why we gotta kind of get it bigger, the numbers up there, because
It's a location.
I think the new venue will help in Houston.
Yeah.
we're in a new venue next year. It's called NGR.
NRG.
Energy, sorry, David, shit. What does NRG stand for? NGR, whatever.
It's a energy place, like, you know, for lights and stuff like that, so.
Is it a better location? I heard last year that a lot of people were complaining because no one really likes to go to Pasadena.
Yeah, it's near downtown.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It just stinks.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the ass to get to.
Pasadena. Oh, okay. Is that like out of the way for most people, or
Not really, it's just no one likes going there.
really? Where's the energy then, or
It's
NGR?
like, a little bit like.
Is it in the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
in
downtown,
Houston.
right? It's
It's
right
Yeah.
kind of downtown.
So it's more convenient for
Houston's
people.
a giant circle.
More centralized.
So it would be easier access to you
I
guys.
I
I know it's huge. I heard this place is way big.
Yeah.
So, is that big?
There's a stadium, there's like.
It's part of the NRG complex.
There's an arena and there's a stadium.
It's right next
No
to the
kidding.
Astrodome, the old Astrodome.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, right next door.
So this is perfect for next year. This is gonna be a lot bigger. I didn't see nothing wrong with the old place, but the biggest complaint I got was because it was in Pasadena.
Biggest parking might be expensive.
Really?
Very.
Is that bad?
I don't think that thing about it.
Is that bad? It's not that bad. I mean, he's trying to make it grow.
Texas game, $10.
Would you rather drive up to Dallas or San Antonio when you can have one in your hometown?
You don't pay for parking.
Yeah.
We're from a city where you don't pay for parking, so anywhere we go where it's like, you gotta pay to park.
Did you guys manage to get in a SNES Classic? No? Did you?
I didn't try those, huh?
You didn't try?
I decided I worked next door to a Toys R Us, so I just went over.
Oh, you did. You grabbed one. I was in line. I grabbed one from Best Buy. I grabbed two, one for me, one for my brother. And I tried to go out and get another one to give away at Retro. Wasn't happening. I was in line, and all I heard in line was everyone, how much is yours up to? How much is yours up to?
Yeah.
eBay, man. I'm like, wow.
We did the same thing too. There was a couple in line right behind me.
Did you overhear them?
Yeah, but they were gloating about it because they got one at the Walmart at midnight, and then they were in line at the Target to get two more.
What?
And they said we're keeping one and selling the other two.
All I know is I couldn't get the line open.
Exactly. Like you can't. I was listening to one guy's like, man, mine's is up to $200, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, that's why they
But that's when they both win, so each year.
Yeah, because they were doing one a limit, right? Well, Damien here, Damien has an NES Classic and a Super Nintendo Classic. He's raffling off both for $2 a ticket. So if you want a chance to win one, just go over to the booth, and he's got this bucket thing where you fill out a little raffle ticket.
Yeah, the back wall.
Yeah, the back wall. You can, for one $2 ticket, you can win both.
Well, you got the small one, so.
Yeah. Do you remember the big ones I saw the Santa? Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's don't buy that eBay. Don't do it. He did a real cool post on those Facebook groups. He made a post where he says, "Do not buy these." And he was
People were getting messages. There were 2 weeks and thank you for the
exactly. You know what was really cool? Those Amazon trucks. Have you seen?
Yeah.
You know what was really cool? You know those things that they had in front of the trucks? Those they're like little display standees. They had the Zelda, they had the Mario. If you were smart enough, yeah, she wants a ticket. If you were smart enough, you could have asked them for those things. They tell you that Nintendo specifically told them to throw them away. They want them destroyed. But if you ask them, they'll give them to you.
Yeah.
So if you just go up to the truck and you see those displays of the, just be like, can I get that? And they'll just give them to you. So I've got friends that have showed me, they sent me pictures. They're like, hey, look what I got, Chief. And I'm like, wow. They just gave it to them. So it's really, how do you find those Amazon trucks, by the way?
They text you and
Yeah.
you make your order, then they tell you where they're at.
They just drive around to location to location?
Yeah.
That's all they
You
do?
pay for it like online. You pay for it like online.
And just pick it up
and
at
then
the
you
truck?
go pick it up.
Oh, that sounds nifty.
Yeah.
Are they in certain cities?
They operate in Houston. I actually got the text for this Classic, and I'd already got one, so I go get it.
No, it's amazing that a lot of the people are just going over, like, because they see what happened to the NES. I get that. I really do. I get the fact that you really want one, but do not. I seen one going for $1,000. When you open up your Facebook, you know that little tab on the top where you see all, I could go like this for days, and it was nothing.
This is the Treasury text. They just send out.
What did they say? Today on Treasure Truck, and Nintendo Super NES Classic Edition, $80. Relive the glory days. I like that little end there, right? That's the way to sell it, right? So, yeah, no, I'm glad I got mines. And they did a lot of good selection on that one, man. They got a lot of heavy hitters.
Damn controllers.
Yeah! And the next one that's coming out is the N64 Classic. Yeah, bro!
I heard they filed a patent for it.
They filed a patent for the controller, but it's still rumored they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Dude, if they do the NES Classic, it's gonna go apeshit.
But it needs.
I get the fact that people love the NES, they love the Super Nintendo, but everyone's heart is in that N64. Can you imagine? Now, you know what I wish was available is the PAL ones. Because the ones from PAL have a whole different setup, a whole different lineup of games, and I want those. But those cost, you know how much it costs to ship something from over there? $30 to $40. They have them here?
I saw a couple of them right there.
There's a guy that came in last night while we were setting up. How many did he have? 8. He had 8 SNES Classics. I don't know how much he's selling them for, but hopefully they're not too much. What's acceptable?
$100.
$20 more?
Yeah.
What do you think is acceptable?
Make it fair since he went through trouble getting it, but yeah, anything more than that's a little.
Because I've seen some guys get reamed for 110, 120. I mean,
It's just the fact that you're doing it in the first place. That means someone who didn't get a chance to get out because they have to work or something
right.
couldn't get it.
Like,
Right?
was it worth it for $10 profit, 10, 20 bucks profit? Is it worth it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
Like,
mean, if you do just one, no. But if you can get your hand on like 10 and make $100,
yeah. But how do you get 10 if you're only allowed to get one?
You go to
Bring
10
brothers
and
over.
Brothers and sisters.
A lot of places don't give it to
Yeah,
you.
right?
Like you do at Christmas.
Yeah. Because the Kusharskis, you know, the car keys, I call them car keys. Those guys went out and he did the rounds and he got like 4 or 5 of them. And he got just reamed on the internet for doing that.
He gets reamed on the internet.
For just saying
For
hi, yeah. He thinks,
Wednesday.
yeah. Car key, I hate you, eat shit. All kinds of stuff to that guy. Guys get a lot of hate. But if you're gonna post that you found 5 or 6 of them, honestly, you deserve the hate you got coming to you, man, because no one can stand those damn posts. They hate them, and I get it. You want one, but don't post on there that.
And then turn around and sell them for $200 a
For
piece.
sale for $150, $200. I get it, you know, but don't be that dick. How many people were posting them on Texas Retro Gaming, Dallas Retro Gaming, and they were just gloating. They were just gloating, my God. And a lot of them would say, no, I'm not going to trade. These are for me. What do you need 5 or 6 of them for? Yeah, exactly.
I want to cuddle with them.
Mine was Toys R Us and did see most people around here had zero attention.
Really? See, I ordered mine from Best Buy. By the grace of God, it came in 2 to 3 days early. It came in on a Wednesday. They're released on Friday. So I got lucky on mine getting shipped straight to me, and I had it 2 days before, and everybody thought that they were sending off to me because I'm Okchief420. Hell no, I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody.
Scalpers are one of the people that flip it, but how do you feel like about Vinky when they have a bunch of crap you don't want?
I saw that!
That's just.
GameStop was selling them for like 150 Vinky.
That's like a big
Vinky
thing.
cones or get
Yeah, it's just.
One store sold one for 160. 80 was the thing, the thing, and the other 80 you had to pay for was a gift card to their store. That was sleazy, man.
Yeah, that is.
That's sleazy. You don't do stuff like that, man. If you do, what's up, brother?
I was saying, did any of y'all hack it?
See, I was talking to him about the hack. Once the hack comes out, you can add anything you want on
That's
there.
what I'm waiting for.
But here's the thing, you can't just use normal ROMs. The ROMs that they're using are the ones that are off of the Nintendo eStore. Those are different ROMs. So now you gotta,
US.
now you gotta find those ROMs, and you can't, because me and him, we've got storage externals. We got externals full of ROMs. And we used the NES ROMs for the NES Classic. That was easy. But these new ones can't do that. So, and I think Nintendo learned about that shit, man. I think they learned, they caught on, right? They're
The
like,
guy that's doing the hack, he said he's about another, earlier this week, he said he's about another week out.
I watched him do it live, when he received it in the mail.
well,
He did a
game,
live stream on
so
YouTube,
you
he
know
took it
about,
apart and everything.
you know the games that are on there. What do you want on there? I mean,
There's a
aside,
couple other games like Chrono Trigger would have been nice.
you think Chrono Trigger would?
Chrono Trigger.
Bro, Turtles in Time, bro. How the hell did they not? You know why? Licensing. Licensing. I thought about that. I was like, they're not gonna let Turtles go on this, man. They're just not.
That would be the problem with the 64. They did make the 64.
Again, 64.
I think
See, there's certain games that
yeah,
like
in
that.
licensing, like the Konami games, anything like that, they're not going to be able to put on this. So it's all going to be first party titles that they can put on the 64.
I mean, one of their best
And they'll
games
probably
came
have to
from
go out
there.
and leave all
Yeah,
Conkers and
also.
Band.
Right.
That's what they did, yeah, they did with all the rare games, that's why you don't see, you know, Donkey Kong 2 or 3 on there.
That's what I was gonna say. Why aren't the old? And 2 and 3 are more popular than 1. So why didn't they do that? See?
Well, the original
The
on there.
N64 classic,
check
though,
out the
you don't have to leave the good rare games off.
Guys, I love you. You guys
We
are
love you
guys,
too.
Really. I know it's hot in here, so let's go out to the venue room and buy stuff, man. Enjoy yourself, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Oh, the selfie! Guys, can you come up here, please? Love you guys.
Oh, okay.
You're damn right I do. Need everybody,
Let's take a picture for
everybody listen, attention! Attention! Everybody, get in the damn picture, Ben!
Where am I getting in?
Can you see your face? Don't cover the pretty lady. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Cheese! Yeah! We're gonna rock, guys. We love you. We'll see you in San Antonio. I swear to God, you better be there. Hey, brother, keep up the fight, man. Thank you for the cookies. The only person that brings me something.